Sometimes this goes to the extremes of being mutually useful, because especially in political aspects, I think here in America we see that America is mutually useful a good many times. And so that goes on politically. There was a story that I read. I'd like to give it to you at this time. I hope you will realize that it is good faith, but it is the funniest story I've heard for quite some time. And it has to do with just this point of being mutually useful, of service. That's true friendship, of serving one another. And so it says here, a tribe in Africa was having a terrible time with its food supply because of bad crops, and the natives went to the chief, who said, what we'll do is send a telegram to the Russians telling them of our predicament and our situation, that we are having agricultural problems and need their assistance. Then they, because they are mutually of service to those people, certain people under certain conditions, they will send us seeds and tractors and 100 young technicians to help us. Then, he says, we will send a telegram to the United States. You know, they're easily touched, so to speak, and they will respond. So he says, we will send a telegram to the United States telling them that the Russians, you see what a wonderful friendship it is, pitting one friend against the other. So it says, and the Russians, we'll tell them that the Russians are sending us seeds and tractors and technicians, and the Americans will send us seeds and tractors and 100 technicians. Then, said the chief, when all the technicians arrive, we'll eat them. Now that's what I call mutual service. I couldn't resist telling you that because you know Sheikh Sessuji said. He said that religion and love of God is not a funeral ceremony. How true that is. And so although God is mutually, or rather he's our greatest friend, when we need things we go to him, there was, and sometimes we abuse it, there was this gentleman, he was a very good man. He believed in prayer very much. He took to God all his troubles and the things he needed. And so he prayed to God. He needed an automobile and he wanted a Ford. He prayed, I want this Ford. And he was specific because he knew God was exact. He told him all he wanted, the equipment, trim, and the radio and all that goes with it. So he prayed to him. And, you know, he received that Ford. Received that Ford just as he had asked for. And with great reverence, he prayed to God and he thanked him. Thanked him for sending him just what he wanted. The Lord said, that's all right, son, he said. That's all right. I'm so happy that you enjoy it. But, you know, he said, I had a Cadillac picked out for you. But you were hell-bent on a Ford. Now you'll remember that story. On mutual service. You should have prayed, Lord, you know everything. Give me what you want. See what you've got. So let us remember that. Now we come to the guru-disciple friendship. This is the greatest thing, the guru-disciple friendship, because this is the direct route to God, to divine love, to God's unconditional love. This is spiritual law. And those friends under the guru-disciple relationship, which I know a great many of you here have that relationship. You have that relationship because you want spiritual love, unconditional spiritual love, and with that you get divine love. And having that relationship, as I spoke a little earlier, you stir up a great flame of spirit because of the mutual love which you have in yourself and with your Guru. And by that great flame of divine love created by the Guru-disciple relationship, you help others. You set the example for others to follow back home to God. Master told me, he said, let your life be a spiritual example for others to follow, to our one abode of light, where all will meet who live and do right. Who set the example? He set it. He set the example, which I have tried to follow. That's the greatest friendship that can be, because it's spiritual law, and what happens? Both go to God. Both go to God. Let that be the bond in your spiritual friendship. The greatest is the Guru-disciple relationship. Because what is the duty, what is the spiritual law of the Guru-disciple relationship? The Guru introduces his friend to God. He introduces his friend to the friend of all friends, the one eternal Father. That's the greatest relationship. That's the most wonderful thing. In the autobiography, I read a little bit about such a friendship, which I'd like to read you at this time. The friendship between the Guru and disciple. And the Guru in this case, Sri Yukteswarji, the disciple was our beloved Master. You remember when when Master first met Sri Yukteswarji? Sri Yukteswarji asked him, or told him, I give you my unconditional love. Will you give me the same unconditional love? Master said, I will love you eternally, Guru Deva. Then it goes on,